Good morning, hello. How's everybody doing today? Hope you're having a great Monday so far. Had a great weekend. I am ready to start a new project, which is gonna be great. We're gonna be making Asteroids. The Asteroids, basically the classic arcade game Asteroids. So yesterday at the end of the stream we did a little bit of planning. This is generally the idea of what it's going to look like. We're going to have our player. We're going to have the ability to move around the screen, the ability to shoot some asteroids that obviously we can shoot and blow up. Maybe even the alien, and hopefully some particle effects. We'll sort of like see how that ends up working out. So I suppose we can just sort of like start getting to it. Obviously it's going to be a journey because we're going to be using our new BBECS library or crate, and it's probably going to be updated for this because we don't have a way to currently delete like remove entities or components from I guess it'd be entire entities from the ECS, from all those like vectors. So we're gonna have to be able to do that. There's gonna be some things that I don't think have all of the components, but maybe they do, I don't know. We'll just sort of like find out and update that as we go along. So everything will get leveled up. All right, with that, let's go ahead and get ourselves set up here. So I want to make sure, let's open up a new window here. I want to make sure I'm using the latest Rust. So Rust app updates. Is it list? It's it's show. So install tool chains, active tool chain. Okay, so 147 is our default, and I am using 147. Awesome. So we can go ahead and create a new project here. Before we do this, I am in a Rust workspace, so I can actually just open up the cargo.toml here. And we have all of these things. Let's just add in our next one, which is going to be let's just in the same naming scheme as Flocking Rust, we can do this Asteroids Rust. So now we're gonna have to actually create that, otherwise it's gonna yell bloody murder at us. Let's just do a cargo new Asteroids Rust. Okay, so it created the package after telling me that it couldn't find the package named this. So I probably should have created the package first and then added it into here, but we should be good to go now. All right, so let's head over to Asteroids Rust. And we could just do a cargo run. I don't think it will matter too, let's see. Wait, did it not create that stuff? Here's Asteroids Rust. Oh, here's a cargo toml. Okay, what happened? Asteroids Rust, cargo run, failed to read. Asteroids Rust, cargo toml. Here it is. Caused by the system cannot find a path specified. Oh. Spelling would be nice. Come on, stop. Okay, Asteroids. Spell you correctly. So if we do that, cargo ring gives me nothing. Is that right? You should print out hello world. Oh, I'm in the wrong. Okay. There we go. Now we get our hello world. Okay, so we're good to go now. All right. So with that being said, we want to get essentially our game hello world. We want to have like our screen showing. And I'm thinking like we want to move towards having like a player on the screen that we can move around before we add any asteroids or any other fun things like that. So let's go ahead and just start doing the thing. Let's get GGEZ in here. So cargo add GGEZ. Now this is 051 still, and I know that they have a later version available. Oh, you're still showing 051 here too. Is it because the 06 is a beta? Is that why? Oh, it's an RC. Oh, I see. Okay, it's an RC. That's why. I got it. All right, well, we'll stick with 051 for right now. And then we want to get that set up. Well, okay, the big thing, we need a main sort of live.rs. We know we need some kind of like struct that's gonna do the event handler for us. And then pull that in. All right, so let's do let's see, hub struct. This is basically gonna be just like the game state. We know we're eventually gonna hold the world in here. Let's go ahead and not worry about that too much, but we do want to implement the game state. Okay, so for new, we're gonna take into context. Like we know we're gonna need that. I don't know if we need to take in like a config object either. I don't know if we're gonna use that for this game or if that's gonna be a future one. Yeah, I think that might be fine. Okay, so context. Then we're gonna return a game result with a game state in it. The other thing that we know is we need to implement the event handler for game state. Implement these missing members, and that gives us update and draw. So with update, we're just going to return yet, and I like to rename these to be context. We'll need the context here. Okay, so for you, let's go ahead and draw a new like background. Or actually, we don't even need to do anything. We'll just do the graphics present. And we return the result of that, which is a game result. Okay. Then we're gonna come back out here to main and start doing all the fun stuff. So in order to create the game state, we need a context and we need the event loop. So let what is it? It's like a context and event loop. Dota 2 Attitude, hello. You want to look at your crazy database article? Sure, send it to me. And I don't know if I can look, I probably can't read it fully here on stream, but I'll definitely read it off stream. And we're gonna make this a mute. I think it's like event. Something builder. Context builder. New. Oh, I don't remember what I need. Oh, I forgot. Okay, fine. Going to. Okay, so it is context builder new, and then my game, and then build. My game, cool game, offer. Oh no. Yeah. Let me take a look at that. Nightbot. Although I'm not terribly surprised if it's not like a normal. Let's see. Spam protection. Oh wait, no, I just want the logs. Show me what happened. Oh, interesting. Okay, so aggregate design persistence. I'm gonna save this away and read it later. So thank you. Thank you for that. I'm gonna add that to my to-do list right now. Article from the to attitude about database stuff. Okay, got that saved away. I won't forget it now. Want a synopsis? Because I'm gonna get one. Basically, it decouples your database, create get stuff from the other code. Interesting. Yeah, I could see that as being a pretty good thing. I already like to decouple it from the knowledge about what the database is. I find that can be very helpful. All right, so we're doing an event context builder, new, and then this comes with let's see, what is it? This comes with the name or the game name. I think it's the name of the game. So this is going to be the Asteroids. And then my name, Circer. And we're going to build that. Okay, it's not an event. Context builder. So new. Okay, so this came to game ID, so it's Asteroids. Let's call this like Rusty Asteroids. Author is me. Okay, then we build. What are you returning? I think I have to unwrap. There we go. That gives us the thing. Okay, so I can also set what the like the screen size too, and the like the resizability as well. That might be good for us to set up. So we can do that. That window mode equal to window mode default. We can set the dimensions to be like 1920 1080. All right, heading off to lurk. Thank you so much. I hope you have a good whatever you're doing. All right, so we have that, and then I think resizable. We're gonna make true. So we're gonna do that. And before the build, window mode, pass it in the window mode. Okay. That gives us that. I don't think there's a window setup that we need to do. But okay, but we now have our context and event loop. So let's go ahead and create ours. So that's going to be our game state equals, needs to be a mutable reference to a game state, new, and pass it in the context. And we can just go ahead and question mark this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this return a game result. Which means instead of an unwrap here, we can also do the question mark here. Okay. At the end, we can just return okay. Should make you happy. All right, so we have game state. Let's now do the event. It's like event run. Yeah, okay, event run, hand it the context, hand it the event loop, hand it the game state. And we can question mark that too. Actually, this one can just be plain returned, and we don't even need this okay then. All right, so that should get this all running, which means things should work. All right, and here's our plain game window. There's not really much on it at this point in time. Something I want to do here is I want to be able to handle like the resizing, and I want to bring in the world so that way we can what would it be? That way we can set like start using resources. So let's go ahead and draw the background to begin with. So I'm gonna do a cargo add BBECS. Yep, that brings in 0, 1, 0. I thought I had 0, 1, 1. I do have 0, 1, 1. Why? Okay. Zero, 1, 1. Okay. Well, cargo ad didn't find it. Hello, Chantilly. Good morning. All right. Okay. So once we have that in here, let's go ahead and reset ourselves. Let's go into our main library. And let's get the world set up. So we're going to store in the world. It's going to be a world. All right. So in here, so we're going to create a new world, and we're going to store that away. All right, so that should be perfectly fine. But we do want to set some kind of like background color that we can use. So that's going to be a resource. So we're going to add that in here. let's do world dot add resource, then name this resource. Now if I just do a string like this is probably going to be unhappy, won't it? I have to use like the enum system, which probably is for the best to use the enum system anyways. Let's go ahead and add in resource names. Okay, so pub enum is gonna be the resource names. And the first one is gonna be, oh, what are we gonna be? Our first resource name is the background color. Just like that. We do have to implement into resource names. All right, so we're gonna match self, and if it's a background color, you're gonna return that. Which means I can now do this here. I can just pass whatever that thing is right here. So it's gonna be a resource names, background color, and then the data. So that's gonna be a resource resource color, and we're gonna just do, should we do like pure black? I think maybe we can just do like a very subtle gray. So we can create like a color, new. So we have like 0 through 1.0. So I can do like 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 1.0. All of that, and that will add you in. Okay, so that adds our resource in. Then down here, when we go to draw, we need to extract this resource out. So let, and I think if I remember correctly, I have to typecast this too for the, to figure out what it is. All right, so what are you gonna be? You're gonna be the background color. It might actually figure it out because I'm gonna use it too. Okay, so background color is going to be equal to self.world.get resource. I don't need it to be mutable. And then the name. Okay, fine. Resource. Okay, background color. Okay, that gives us a resource, a result. We could unwrap this. It's probably fine for us to unwrap it. I can't question mark this anymore. Because this is an implementation of event handler, I have to return a game result, and here I'm getting a different kind of result. I'm just getting like one of our own results. So if this doesn't exist, I want it to crash, just that I know exactly what it is. I should get a pretty decent error message out of it. I'm gonna do that. That gives us an unknown, but let's see what happens if I try to graphics, clear, and then have context, and then the background color. So if I do that, do you figure out what you're supposed to be? I mean, this doesn't say it is, but I'm not getting any errors. So if I run this, no, didn't want to do that again. Failed to select a version for BBECS, required by package Asteroids Rust version 010. Versions that meet the requirements are 011. All possible versions conflict with previously selected packages. Hold on, what did I do? Okay, so what would happen if I did that? Okay, no. Failed to select a version for, oh, BBECS. Oh, you know, that's the same thing. Yeah, never mind. Okay, so workspace, Asteroids Rust, versions that meet the requirements 011 are 011. So wait, are you saying that if I did this, you would be happy? Yeah, it does. But is it actually the latest version? I'm not 100% sure. The other thing I've been thinking about is just getting rid of the Rust workspace, because I'm not really using the power of it right now. I think the main thing I'm using it for is so that I could have all these things together in like one VS Code, and Rust Analyzer works across them all. That actually is a really nice thing to be able to do. Okay, so what happened? In here. Okay, so now we have this mismatch type, and then we have in add resource, we need to. Oh, right, this needs to be a resource names. So add you in. We also need. We need to add in the world methods, right? Oh, add resource. Because this is the big thing that it cares about is this string. It's not set. Oh, because data is T also. Oh, right. Okay, so it's add resource, resource names, and then I think it's just resource. Like that. No, because you're just an S into string, which is resource names. I can do an into string on it. The data. Oh, okay. I don't need to do this here. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I don't need to do this in resource color thing. I can just do the color new. Just tell what the color is, and that'll be happy. Okay, so open. That's blue open. That's yellow closed. That's because you need to be closed here. There we go. Okay, that makes you happy. Then down here. Okay, so this couldn't figure out what it's supposed to be. Oh, we need to borrow dereferencing it? Oh, look at that. It automatically figured out what it was as soon as I dereferenced it. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, and then we just have some of these warnings that we can get rid of. What's this other warning? Oh, context is not being used yet. Okay. All right, and then we're good to go there. Okay, so let's see, what else do we need to do? Okay, this should add in our background color. Let's go ahead and run this. I think this looks like a slightly different, like a not pure black, but like a grayish black. So I think that's working properly. We can certainly, you know, update this to be something like 1.0. And this will be like a bright red. Yep, that does it. All right, so we got our background color going. One of the other things we want to do is we want to work on resizing. Like we want to be able to resize really quickly. And I think the sooner we sort of like set that up, the sooner we're going to be happy with everything. So what do we need to do for that? If we look at our flocking rest, we have this entire handle screen size change system here. I can just steal this, but the big thing that we notice here is that we get the arena size, and we have this like set screen coordinates. Set screen coordinates, then right, okay, so we just set the screen coordinates whenever it does get resized, and then I think that's pretty much all we really care about here. Now we are doing this where we figure out, okay, if it has been resized, reset it to false and true so we can determine whether or not we need to resize something. So we can store the has resized into a variable on the game state, just like we did in flocking rest. We could also store that into the resources, and that might be a good idea, although I don't think we have a Boolean type in there, do we? Let's go take a look. BBECS. Okay, we have resources. Yeah, okay, we don't have a Boolean. So we could definitely add that in. And that should allow us to store a Boolean. Otherwise, we could just do the same thing we do here. Doing like an entire query, just sort of like store that where we have to like every single frame check. I don't know if we want, if we need to do that. So the idea of resizing here, we could just do implement default members. I don't care about the mouse button down event or up event right now. I'm thinking I'll probably be trying to use a controller for this. Mouse motion event, wheel event, key down event. We're probably gonna want that. Key up event, text, resize event. That's what I care about. So when there's a resize event, we get our context, we get the new width, and we get the new height. So what we can do is we can set the new size to be whatever is here. So we can do, which means we should probably add this in as a resource. And that can just be a point. So world.add resource, name. So in resource names, we need to add in a new thing here. This is going to be the arena size. And back to here. Okay, so you're going to be the and the data. Okay, so what are you going to be? This is going to be a point. Celency, hello. Oh, you're also doing the Asteroids clone arrest. Awesome. That's great. Oh no. Let's see. I bet you just tried to link to your project. Let me go ahead and see what Nate bought. Usually, if it's like GitHub or something, it usually doesn't. Oh, it's an Imgur. Oh, hold on. Let me open that up over here. Yeah, that's a pretty cool. It's a pretty cool image. That almost looks like it's like able to like mine even from like the asteroids. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I like it. I'm gonna be doing more of like a classic version, so I don't think it's gonna be as impressive as this. Yours definitely looks really nice. Oh, mining, that's the plan. Okay, so you're gonna go like in that direction. Yeah, I'm gonna doing more of the classic. Just shoot them and try not to die. All right, so point new. What do we want to set this to? We want to set we need to figure out what the X and Y is. So we need to get the drawable size. So drawable size equal to, here's where we need the context. Oh, it's graphics draw. So it's graphics, drawable size. Then we pass in the context. That gives us this. We can do. We can actually do this right here as like a width, height. Do width, height. All right, that adds in a resource. That. Let's go ahead and do this in sort of like this slightly different order. Okay, so now we have our resource for the arena size, which means that we can update that in here. So whenever we resize, we want to just recreate that. So we're gonna do self dot world dot add resource, source names, arena size, and the data is going to be a point new width height, and that's going to be it. We're just going to add that in, and I guess we don't need the context for that. So once we have that, we need to know when it changes, right? I think we can add, like, I don't know if we need the full system here. Handle, screen size change. The big thing that happens here is that we have this like set screen coordinates. I think this can happen in here, can it? I think what we can do is just do set screen coordinates, which is off of graphics, pass it the context, and have this like arena rectangle. So we need the screen size rectangle. That screen size is equal to rect new. Okay, so X, we're gonna start with zeros, and then we're gonna have a width and a height. That gives us the rect, and then we're gonna do a graphics set screen coordinates with, okay, the context and the screen size. All right, so that gives us that. Oh, and you need to be, we need to handle you, so we can just unwrap you because we're not allowed to return a result here. All right, so then if we run this, we should be able to resize now. I should be able to come here and I can't, I do remember like every once in a while on Windows, it like runs into that error if I resize to like exactly the wrong amount, which I think is interesting. The other thing that would be interesting to do, yeah, if it crashes every once in a while, and I can never remember why, or I haven't like looked that deeply into it. But I can resize in general, so I can go to like those other sizes and it doesn't always crash. But all right, I'm not going to worry about it too much. Okay, so we have that. The next thing we just want to start moving towards having like a character on the screen. Which means we need to start creating our first entity. So what is it? Let's start with just a location. Like that's all that's going to happen here. So we're going to create the player. If we create the player, let's actually create a function for that. Now, if I create a player here, it actually can't do that outside. It's going to be interesting. And I don't know. We need to take in the world. It's going to be a mutable reference to a world. We don't need to. Yeah, I don't. Okay, it's going to mutate the world, and that's it. That's it. So we're not gonna. I don't remember if we need like any kind of result from this. So I'm just gonna do that for right now. And the idea is we're going to insert like a location into the world. So we're gonna do let location is equal to a new point. Let's set this at like 50.0, 50.0. That's going to be that, and then we're going to do a world dot spawn entity with component. This does return a result. So let's do. What kind of result do we want? I think this needs to be an error result. So I need to do a cargo add error. So I'm gonna do with component names. Let's give this a new name. It's gonna be a player. Oh wait, this is resource. Yeah, it's easy to do this. Like, I wonder if like, if I should rename this from like resource to just, this is like the names of all the things. I don't necessarily need to have like two different ones, right? So this could be just like, like resource and component names. Like it doesn't really matter. But if I just name this names. And so then we have like player. What? Didn't want to do that. Oh, used to need to be names. Fill match arms. That's what I want. Okay, 2 on there. Back to the main library. You're gonna be all very unhappy because oh, I'll want to rename you from resource names to just names right now. That changes you, and then you're just going to be names. Okay, so wherever we have research names, become names. Okay, then in here with component, this could be names player. Okay, and then the data. All right, and now we can do this. You're going to be a result. That, I think. And you're, nope, not that. You're, I think I need to bring in, use air result. All right, so with component, player, and then the data. So you're gonna have the location. Oh wait, that doesn't make sense. Oh, hold on. I don't want you to be player. I want you to be location. There we go. Okay. Location, data location. This returns a result. I don't think there's anything else I need to care about. Okay, mismatch types, expected, a result with nothing, found. What are you returning? Oh, right, because you're returning that enum. So I can question mark you and return okay like that. Got it. So now we can create the player. So we're gonna do a self, create player, pass it in the world. We do have to unwrap at this point in time because I can't now convert that over to a game result. Okay, so where's our error? Here, mismatch types. Oh, you need to be a mutable reference. Okay. Then we want to draw this out. So we're going to need some like draw system. So our first system. I'm gonna create a systems folder. We're gonna have a mod.rs, and we're gonna have a draw.rs. All right, so to start in the main library, mod systems, and in mod here, we're gonna have a pub mod draw. And then in here, we're actually gonna be able to do the thing. Okay, so systems and ECS systems, like they're usually just functions. They could also be structs, but usually with just like a single function attached to it. It kind of depends upon how like we need to create it. In this case, I think we can get away with just a function. But let's go ahead and see what we can do. We're gonna have a pub function for like draw system. We know we're gonna need to take into context. And we're gonna need to take in the world. And we're gonna return a game result. Besides that, I'm not necessarily sure exactly what. You know what else that we're gonna need to do here? Before even this, we need to create the mesh. We need to create like the mesh that we're going to draw. So before we even do this, in systems, we need to create the mesh. So let's add another one. Create mesh. RS. Okay, and here I have a pub function. Create mesh. All right, what do we need here? Well, we also know that we need a context. We know we need a world. And we know we're gonna return a game result. We might need something else too, but hopefully everything should be able to get out of the world. All right, so what is this gonna look like here? We need to extract the locations of everything. And so we know it's gonna be like the player location first, and we're gonna draw a triangle around that player location. And that's gonna be really interesting because how do we know it's the player and not something else? We might need some kind of like marker type also to let us know what it is, because not everything gets the triangle for the player. But right now we can sort of get away with that because we only have a single entity that we're storing. And we're probably gonna have like a resource for the meshes, like the single mesh that we're going to draw. Right, so let's query the locations out. So let locations equals world dot query one, and then the name. This is going to be the names. I think location. Okay, so this is gonna be an option to see if we get it out. We should definitely get that out. So I'm gonna unwrap that. That gives us this RC. I should be able to enter ref cell. I don't need to mutate it, so I could just borrow it. And that gives us our ref of components. Need to pull you in, don't you? There we go. All right, so it gives us the locations. I also need to cast it, but I don't think I can do that here, can I? Just cast you and then unwrap from the cast. Type annotations needed. Okay, so locations, you need to be a... Actually, this might be able to figure it out. Okay, so what I want to do is now loop through the locations. So we're gonna do locations dot. We're gonna iter. I don't need ownership of it, and I don't need mutable. So iter. We're gonna need to enumerate. We're gonna do a for each. Okay, then we're gonna have our function. So we're gonna get the index, and we're gonna get this other type. So it's gonna be the location, and we know that we're gonna have a. We know what that's gonna be. It's gonna be the usize, and then the location is gonna be a type reference to a point, like that. And then what's going to happen in here? It doesn't really matter, does it? And there you go. Now it knows exactly what it is. But you're saying temporary value dropped, right? So we have to do like the wrapped locations thing. We can borrow, but I don't think we can cast. So we can do that, and then we can do a wrapped locations dot cast dot unwrap here, and that will work. So that gives us our index and our location. Then we're going to want to store inside. We need to create a mesh for this, like just some big long mesh. We can create. I wonder if I want to like create a mesh component for everything. That might be useful here. Yeah, that might be useful for us, is to create a like a mesh and like components inside of here so they can just unwrap meshes. The other thing is I can do like a single mesh for everything, which is also something that we can definitely do. If I do like the single mesh for everything, we're gonna want to go into names and add in sort of like the mesh. I am Hardliner, hello. Okay, then so in create mesh, then I want to basically have like this giant mesh that we're doing. I'm doing good today. How are you? I'm gonna have like a let mute, sort of like the mesh in progress, and we're gonna have to do like a mesh builder. Create new, and then we're gonna like update this throughout. And then we're at the very end, after everything, we're going to then store that away into our resource. Oh, minor clones flare up. Other than that, well, I'm sorry that you're having a minor clones flare up. Hopefully that will clear up pretty quickly. Other than that, you're doing fine. Well, I mean, that part is good, but I'm sorry about the flare up. Okay, so we know we only have one thing right now, so it's gonna be pretty simple. We don't have a size, do we? So we need like a player size. Let's go ahead and add this in. World dot add resource. So we need like a player size. So then we can add this in here. Our data, it's going to be just an F32. So I think what we can do is just say, let's see, let's do like 10.0 and see what that looks like. It does mean that in create mesh, we need to extract this out and get our player size out of here. So let player size equal to world.getResource. We're gonna have our name, which is names player size. We'll unwrap out of you. And then you need to know what type you are. So you're going to be a reference to an F32. Now that I have that here, I have this. Togglebit raiding with a party of 98. Welcome everybody. Hello Togglebit. Hello Raiders. Well, with a raid, we're gonna have to do something about that. Let's play the get the streamer game. Do streamer game, cargo run, release. All right, talk about how's your stream? What are you working on today? Oh, you've got to run, got pixel art to do. Well, thank you so much for the raid. Good luck with your pixel art. Ah! An early not great start. Oh, come on, just survive with all the hearts. Nice and crazy. Is it calming down? No, it's not. It's not calming down. Too many snakes. Oh, I missed it. Dang hitboxes. Who created this game anyways? Not even halfway. I tried. Hello everybody. Let's see. There's a lot of you in chat now. Let's see if I can get. Oh, I can't even like. It's too much. I'm so sorry. You did get him. You did get me. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a fun game. It's something we do whenever we get raided. So I think I saw a question of like, what is Asteroids? So Asteroids is a classic arcade game where there's, and I actually have like sort of a design document around for this. It's gonna look like this, where we're gonna have our spaceship, and it's we're gonna be able to fly around the arena. We're gonna shoot asteroids as they're sort of running around, and try not to die. That's kind of what we're going for. Oh, I am Harley. You're gonna bot the game. That would be fun. The big thing is like making it so that way Twitch doesn't time you out for too many messages, especially if you're doing like the random command over and over and over again. win the streamer game, and then just rain of fire. Okay, so what we're doing right now is I'm trying to figure out how to save like the mesh of the player. So I have the player size. I need to create this mesh. We only have the player component right now, but we're gonna have to like add in everything else eventually. So for this mesh, I want like a triangle around the player, and I'm thinking just like a basic size. Let's see, we have the basic size. Basic triangle. If we were to think about this, if we're like our center position right here, we want like half of the size up and then the full size down that way. Okay, so let's add in a triangle. So I think, can we do like mesh equals mesh dot triangles. Oh, we need to set what the triangles are, right? It's a reference to an array. let's just do that. So let player triangles is equal to just a pure array, and then we want to have 3 of them. And I think we have to orient it to the right. I think that's what we learned. So our first one is going to be to the right. It's going to be our location dot x plus half of our size. So location dot x plus player size divided by 2.0. Okay, so that's our first location, is to the right. We need the y. Location dot y, and that should just be in the center there. Next one. Let's go down. So we want to do down by half. So we're going to do the x location is actually going to be on the left hand side now. So location dot x minus player size divided by 2.0. And we want the location dot y plus player size divided by 2.0. And then the upside, we want location dot x minus player size divided by 2.0. And where is this going to go? Up. So location dot y minus player size divided by 2.0. Oh, you stopped using the Twitch chat wrapper because the underlying library lost connection after a long idle time. Maybe I'll prepare a pull request with the library you used instead. Oh, really? I did not know that. So far, all the things I've been doing has been very like basic, simple, like short-lived applications. So yeah, that might be good. If you do that, thank you so much. All right, so we have the player triangles. Let's go ahead and now create the mesh for this. So that's going to be the mesh is equal to mesh dot triangles, a reference to the player triangles. And then the color, let's just make this white for right now. This returns a result. We're doing a game result, so I can just question mark you. Oh, but I can't because for each doesn't. So we can switch this to a try for each. And now suddenly this does work. Okay, so we have that. That updates the mesh. We have to return an okay, no matter what happens. Oh, okay, so it found a mutable reference to the mesh builder. I wonder if I can do like mesh in progress, something like that. And then we're going to do a mesh in progress equals that. So we'll start off with this. All right, what are you upset about? Type annotations needed because it couldn't figure this out. This returns a mute self, which is a mesh builder. Okay, fine. Yeah, okay, you know what it is. Then down here, we're gonna want to do a mesh in progress build on it. So mesh in progress. Oh, so new mesh. So let mesh equals mesh in progress dot build. And it into context. Okay, that gives us the mesh. Okay, you still can't figure that out. You need to be a mutable reference to a mesh builder. Still no, huh? Oh, it's these points it doesn't like, because they need to be something that comes into mint F32s. Huh. I thought just doing arrays like this would be fine. I could bring in mint. And bring in like a 0.2 from mint. No, that's not how it works. I don't remember, something like, oh, is it X and a Y that it cares about? Was this 0.2 X colon is gonna be U. Oh, and then Y colon would be this. Do that. So if I do that, then you should be relatively happy. 0.2. X colon. Okay. Okay, so that gives us that. Now, still need type annotations. So now, okay, we know that you're 0.2 32s. Okay, I want to do a one. I want to see the exact error. Is it this that I can't figure out? Cannot infer type. So if I were to do you're an array of 0.2 of F32. Mismatch types, expected a reference. An array of arrays. Oh, is that my problem? That you need to be an array? Like that? It's like an array of arrays? Okay, hold on. I want to go back to before I use points. Because I think I've done it before without mint points. I wonder if I've like set this up wrong. Okay, so we have is an array of these arrays. So it's 1, 2, 3. So we have 3 of these. Do I need not to wrap? No, I need to wrap this around because it needs to be an array of 3 things, right? That's what this needs to show. It's triangles is an array. Oh no, it is just an array of these points like that. That's what it is. None of these. It's just triplets. So just do something like that. Okay, so we have the player triangles. Must be a multiple of 3, so hold on. I need to go see. Triangles, it's reference to an array. Wait, do I just want triangle and not triangles? Is there a triangle? No, there's... like circle, ellipse, line, polyline, triangles. Okay, so I think it really is triangles, okay? The trait bound, 0.2 from convert from F32 is not satisfied. Oh, because you need to be like XY. Okay, so then you need to be like 0.2 with like X is that, Y is that, was you, like that, right? 4.2 for mint. I'm gonna do 2 more times. I'm gonna do 0.2. X with that, go to the end. Y is that. Close you off. Okay, now you're okay. Finally, you're not upset. This needs to be a reference to these triangles. Our color, we're gonna make you white, and then I think we unwrap you, and that's it. Cannot find value triangles, right? Because now you're gonna be player triangles. Type annotations needed. Cannot infer type parameter. What? In this result. Oh, wait, is it declared? Maybe I don't need the try for each. We can just do for each. And there we go. We unwrap you. We're good to go here. Maybe borrowed data escapes outside the enclosure. Because I wanted to put this part of the mesh in progress declared. Wait a second. Mesh in progress should be up here. Mesh in progress is not declared in here. It's declared out. Oh, line 15. Okay. Mesh in progress declared here outside of the closure body. Well, that's fine, right? Andrew Lane X, hello. You've recently beginning to rest. Awesome. Glad to have you as like part of the rest thing. Borrow partially uninitialized variable, mesh in progress. Oh, because it may never, like nothing may ever happen. So what happens if I do like just mute here like that? I don't do this mesh in progress. We do mesh equals. There we go. No, it's still the same problem. Borrow data escapes outside of the closure. Mesh declared here. I'm not sure exactly how to set this. Like, unless there's like a default. I don't think there is. Yeah. Because I think what it's saying is, hey, it's like the first time it's ever used is here. Which is not the best. So I need something, I think, to sort of like build on it. Because I wonder if I do something like mesh equals mesh dot circle. Let's just do like a draw mode. Fill a point can be like, I don't know, 50.0, 50.0 to like 20.0. That'll be fine. Radius, let's just do like 20. Will you be happier? So if I do that, okay, so you're happy there. You're not happy here. Okay, so mesh declared here. Why is mesh declared in here? I don't want it to be. I wonder if I need to just do like a classic for loop. Was that a VS Code extension that showed the types and parameter names? I'm using Rust Analyzer. Rust Analyzer. I highly recommend it over RLS. All right, so this works up here. So that entire thing, that entire idea is good. It's the closure. I don't want to like do something like, I don't think a move is right. Wait, do I not need to do an equal? Can I just do that? We're not gonna move. I don't remember whether or not this would work. It's not need to be mutable, apparently. So circle returns, oh, okay, so it's gonna mutate itself and add in a circle, okay. So this is fine, and then mesh, we're gonna build the mesh, and then we want to store that away inside of here, which already have mesh. So then we're going to do a world dot add resource names mesh, and then the mesh. Like that. Let's see. You know, the Shure microphone ad right before a stream is really well done in terms of target advertising. Oh, I haven't seen that one yet. How do I like doing 2D and GGZ? I like it. I like 2D and GGZ a lot. All right, so what are you upset? Oh, cannot borrow world is mutable because also borrowed is immutable. Right, okay. Where is that happening? Okay, so that's happening here. We're just getting... Now, okay, player size here, I want to clone you. If I clone you, you become just like an F-32. Type annotations even be noted at that point. Hold on. So you're gonna be fine. I need to get you out. So the player size be dereferenced to become the actual thing. But then the locations are also, when wrapped locations is dropped and runs the destructor. Okay. So when wrapped locations is finished, it drops, but we still have, oh, do I need to drop wrapped locations? At this point? I do. I just need to drop wrapped locations and then I can add the resource of this mesh in. Okay, so that's all I really need to do. So I don't need to do anything like this. That'll be fine. Okay, so then this gives us our mesh. Okay, so we add this resource in. We're good to go here. So this is a system for creating the mesh. We're gonna come back to here. Where does that go? This is gonna go down and update. We're now gonna be able to do a create mesh in systems, pass it in the context, pass in a mutable reference to self.world, and just return the result of that. Okay, so there, that creates the mesh for us. And then we're gonna have this draw mesh. So draw. So we need to extract out the mesh. So let mesh equals world.get resource, names, mesh, we'll unwrap you. This is gonna get us a mesh and it's hopefully gonna figure it out. We're gonna then do a graphics, draw, and the context of the drawable is a reference to the mesh, and then draw ram, new, and return the result of this. For you, you are the names. Okay, so you couldn't figure this out. Fine. Okay, so you're gonna be a reference to a mesh. Okay, so then back to the library, and then in our draw, let's see, in our draw here, we have clear present in between there. We're gonna do our draw systems draw. Yeah, systems. Oh, draw system. Okay, so draw system, handed the context, handed a mutable reference to self.world, and then question mark. So if I do that, all right, it's able to cargo build. Let's run this. Completely failed. What happened? Entity data. Oh, I think because we try to get the mesh out. Okay, so in the world entity data, is it because it ran the draw before the update happened? Is that what happens? So if in draw here, we have this unwrap. I kind of wonder if instead of this unwrap, what if I do an if let some mesh is equal to this, then graphics draw it. Oh, it doesn't like that at all. Do I have to do the type outside of this? Mesh is gonna be, this is gonna be an option with a reference to a mesh inside. How do I do typing in here? So equal world get resource names mesh, because this return, oh, it returns a result. Oh, I forgot. Okay, so if let, okay, mesh is type mesh. Oh, it doesn't like that either. So if let okay equals this, then okay, so get resources, type annotations needed, cannot infer type T. I wonder, okay, so no, so it doesn't want me to put it in here. Expected one of these. Okay, so can I put this outside of here? Oh, but you're gonna have to be like an option inside of this, won't you? No, doesn't want to be here either. Ah. Let's undo you. I wonder if I can do where I have an unwrap, I'll do the opposite. There's the other one which allows me to do a message. Expect, I think, and then our message, which is trying to extract mesh. Let's see if this is actually where it's crashing. Called an option wrap. Well, clearly not that, because it's the query. It's the query then. So in the create mesh, we're querying for the locations here in query 1. Unwrap after this. This is our problem. So if we do a expect, our message is querying for locations. We should be able to get that error message out. No. There's the debugger, like the extra information that I could get. We're gonna query this. It gives us our option. When we expect it, that's obviously our problem. Well, I guess I can't say it's obviously our problem, but could it be this too? Expect creating layer triangle. No, okay, so it's clearly happening at the world. What are our other... Oh, we know what, we should do this with a Rust backtrace one. Forgot how to do a backtrace one in Windows though. Because I want to do like a cargo run. Can I do something like that? How do I set up an environment variable? I forgot. So I don't think I can do like a Rust backtrace run, right? Oh, env. Oh, thank you so much, Epic Blarg. In PowerShell. So I'm just gonna copy that. So backtrace equals 1. Do that. Then we can do a cargo run. Here's our backtrace. So we should see exactly where this is coming from. To panic handler. Let's look until we find it in R code. It's library core panicking. So in components, okay, unwrap, option, import, insert, entity, okay, so that's BBECS. Okay, asteroid, names with that, world, create player, line 34. Create player, line 34. We have this world spawn entity with component is this. And you return a result with self inside. That's interesting. Is there anything else? No, it just, okay. Game state new. So to be sure that that's exactly what happens, let's do an expect here. Creating player. Oh, I would expect we would have seen that here. Okay, that's fun. All right, so what happened here? Panicking. Or so option in the ref cell. We unwrap. Component in 4. Okay, so entity data, insert. Add that. With component names is that. Okay, so world. Okay, so world mod 58. Then create player. Do I have a problem in, so line 58 in here. So here's with components. Result mute self. And okay self. Okay, insert. There's no okay, so if we go to insert here, I don't have like any unwraps. Okay, so at least I don't think. So get or mute. Yeah, I don't have like any unwraps or expects in here. So why are you upset? Game state new. Okay, so one thing we could do is we could start just not doing some of these things. So we're adding all these resources in. Let's just not create the player. Let's not run this in an update. Just gonna return it okay there. And we're not gonna do the draw system. So if we don't do that, does this work? It does. Okay, so now let's create the player. So I'm gonna go back to question mark with that. No, okay. So this is where our problem is. Oh wait, wrong type. So I'm gonna unwrap. Failed. Okay. Panicked at called option unwrap on a none value. Okay, so something happened inside of here. So do our expect error creating player. I don't think this is printing out that error message, is it? Expect. Yeah, no, we're not getting the error message here, which I think is interesting. Okay, so in create player, we have this mute world being passed in. We're returning this result. Okay, so we create a new point off this. You are a data types point. Okay, so you're the right type of point. Okay, so world, we're gonna spawn entity, which gives us this mutable reference to a world with component, names, and then location, and then we question mark this to return the result of the with component. And I think, I mean, I would have thought that would be okay, but okay, so if I don't do you, spawn entity, you're just a mute self. So if we just do that, yes, I know. Okay, so you're fine. So we know, okay, it's with this with component. Okay, so inside of with component, we have the names, location, and then location. So if we go into with component, this is for a point. Okay, with component, we have this s into string. So it's this name s that can go into a string for our names. We do have this names and it can go into a string. Okay, so we have that. We have the player. We have the location here also. Okay. The data, which needs to be a point. And we also have that. Here we're creating a player and we're adding in the location, which is this specific point. It's a data types point. We don't have any other point. Yeah, data types point. Okay, so that should be happy there. So we're setting that up. World, okay, so spawn entity, which provides us a mutable reference to the world. With components, we add in the names and the data. And then we're done. So that should work. Register. Oh my God, I forgot to register. Oh, okay. So we should have a better error message if we attempt to enter in something we haven't registered, because we need to world.register Oh man, I just completely forgot about it. Registers a location and a component type. Component type. Point, like that. And then if we run you, now it's happy. Okay, so back to here, we're gonna create the mesh and we're gonna draw out. I totally forgot about the register. And here you are. There's our player and there's that circle that we created. And so if we can update our size. So player size should probably be more than like 10. Let's make this like 50. And draw. Let's get rid of this circle. No, it's the create mesh. Let's get rid of this circle. We don't need that anymore. That was a testing type thing. And let's also put you location wise. You're just like here at like 50-50. We need the context. Context so we can get the exact center. So that actually we already have the arena size, don't we? We have the width and height. So let's take in width F32 and a height, which is an F32. And then our location could be the exact center. So width divided by 2, height divided by 2. Okay, so that's gonna do that. Then up here for world, pass in the width and the height. And now when we run this, okay, maybe a little bit too big. Let's make you down to like 25. And here we are. Here's our player triangle, which I mean that looks perfectly fine to me. Our location is exactly in the center of that triangle too, or you know maybe closer to this end, but I think that should be fine. Okay, so that's pretty cool. I like that so far. And is there anything else that I need to do for cleanup before I end? You know what I really want to do? I really want to like update that BBGGEZ to have like a better error message. So I want to head into, let's see, what is it? It was errors in BBECS. So this is casting resource. We're gonna have another error. This is gonna be, the error is gonna be inserting component like didn't register or something like that. Did not register. Need to register. And so this is gonna be an error. Need to register before. Okay, so you need to register before inserting components. Okay, so if we do that, then where was that? So in BBECS, it's not in resources, it's in entity data. When we insert a point, this unwrap right here, and we have this result. So we need to do an if let here. It's definitely worth it. I totally agree. So we need to do an if let sum wrapped components equals this entire thing without the unwrap. Okay, so then do this entire thing if it exists. Else we want to return an error. Error. Need to register. Yeah, just that then. Oh, and can't forget the dot into. Oh, you need to be a return. There we go. So now if I come back to our first step here, if we don't register, so we forgot to register, let's say, let's run this again. What? Oh, I was totally expecting that I would get the error message here. Oh, wait, you know why? Because it's not looking at the wrong thing. Yeah. I need to push this up. So let's do that. In BBECS, we need a cargo. I know. I'm gonna have to do an emergency stream shutdown. I'm a little bit late. So in our BBECS, this is gonna be a 012. We've just added in. So I think that will add in that. All right. Let's go ahead. Let's make sure that all the tests pass to. So flocking rest, this is get the streamer over into BBECS. I know it's becoming a norm because I work too late. Cargo, we'll do a test to make sure everything is still working as expected. Okay, it is. I don't know if we can create a test for that specifically. So let's go ahead and push this up. So in our BBECS, we're updating you. So added error message for forgetting to register. And push. Okay, so we have, yesterday we created an entire CI/CD system. So when I push to master in BBECS, it's actually going to run all the tests, make sure everything is working correctly. And if it is, it's going to auto deploy to crates.io with that new version number that I added in, which is really cool. So tomorrow, that takes around 10 minutes or so to run. Tomorrow I should be able to get should be able to use that new thing, and it will yell at me if I don't have it right. You mean because your stream is too fun? Well, I mean, maybe. I also love hanging out with all of you, and so like when we're doing some really awesome stuff, like it's hard not to keep on going. But it is almost 9 o'clock, and 9 o'clock is like when I start actual work, so I do have to wind the stream down. So let's see. There's nothing saved in here. I'm just gonna go ahead and close all of this out. We can keep that running for right now. It's also okay. We need, I need to open up the new repo that we just got. So open a repository. This is going to be in code. So documents, code, builds. Where is Asteroid? Oh, it's in the Rust space Asteroids. Sure, initial commit that. And so here we have get ignore, Kagortamo. All these things look good. Or do first real commit. This is basically like day one. What did we do here? We so like displaying the player. And I'll go ahead and push up. Yeah. CUR builds, Asteroids Rust, remote name. Okay, then hit that and push. All right, and with that being done, I think I'm gonna switch over to the ending screen. Thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Mountain Time to continue working on this. With that, I've got to do an emergency stream shutdown, so I'll see you next time. Bye.